Welcome to Be the Change. I'm Rasha Goel. And talking about change, well, my two guests here today have been making huge changes in people's lives. Joining me today are Councilman John Lee from the 12th District. Welcome. And Greg Perlman, the founder of the Change Reaction. Wonderful to have you both here today. You guys have been really helping the community with their groceries and small business loans. So tell me a little bit about this collaboration and how it came together.
Greg and I were both involved with an organization called San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission. What we found was that this is a family shelter, and we heard some of the reasons of why they found themselves in that place. And sometimes it was just one major incident, and that if that incident would have been taken care of, they would have been able to stay in the houses or the apartments where they were living. One day, the executive director, former executive director, introduced us together. We started talking about that very aspect of it, and Greg started thinking about what if we could cover them for that one major expense.
We have a relationship with UCLA, and we created this angel fund there where we said, what happens to all these people who get hospitalized and their families can't pay rent, and there's a host of issues, and we created this angel fund for them to be able to give to patients. That was where the Change Reaction was born. And the reason I called it the Change Reaction was I started realizing it's not an organization, it is a 501c3, but we don't take donations. It's a philosophy of giving.
Are there any stories that you can share, that maybe a personal story from one of the clients that moved either one of you?
There was one lady, I remember applying, her son went for an appendectomy surgery. There were some complications, fell into a coma. And really one of her biggest asks was she needed help with just transportation, gas, to get back and forth from Granada to USC.
My 10-year-old son, Christopher Lopez, December 15th, 2019, he was in the hospital for appendicitis, turned into septic shock and cardiac arrest. He was in the hospital until March 12th this year, 2020. He was home. He went home for about until April 30th to May 5th. He was back in for aspiration pneumonia. I have him home now. During this time, when it all happened back in December, I received a call from Jenna at One Generation. She had explained to me that I can receive some help from the Angel Fund. I was provided gas cards, which was a big help because we were at the hospital night and day. I didn't even get a chance to be with my other two children. I had to leave them with my parents. She also submitted some help for rent, which was also a huge relief. I mean, it's wonderful that there are programs like this out and available.
What is the change that you would like the Change Reaction to create?
I want to see our wealthiest people in this country become more fulfilled in their giving by moving money back into the worthy people in their community that make up the fabric of the community. And I feel like we're onto something as long as we can get everybody in the community engaged. I feel like this is going to be a game-changing philosophy of giving.
In times trouble, that our community really comes together. And fortunate for us, there are people like Greg here that don't really measure themselves on where they are on some chart of wealth, but really measure themselves on how much they can give back to this community. It's really that hope that we're all going to get through this together.